a mitzvah to wipe out Amalek. Now, in today's day, we don't know who Amalek is. We know that the Vilna Gaon, I mentioned the Germans, the Vilna Gaon said that the Nazis were, before they were Nazis, the Vilna Gaon lived 250 years ago, from Vilnius, in Lithuania, in Lita. And he said that the Gemara talks about Germania shel Edom. Edom was the Amalek. He said that the Germans, 250 years ago, he said that they're from the seeds of Amalek. Okay, we don't know. This isn't for, not every German is Amalek, and whatever he knew, he knew. But it's not for everybody. But he understood that the Nazis, that was the concept of Amalek. Now here we are in the year 2026. What does that have to do with us? What are we supposed to be thinking about? Wiping out Amalek. We're not killing anybody. We don't have a king. We don't have Sanhedrin. We don't do things like that. But there's an Amalek inside of us also. And it lives inside of us. What is the Amalek? The Amalek is the same gematria as Suffolk. Suffolk means doubt. Amalek is the same gematria as Suffolk. Every time in our lives, the doubt creeps in. It says, I don't know. Do I really have to keep the mitzvahs? Do I really have to go to shul? Do I really have to do Shabbos, kosher? Does Hashem really care? That's doubt. And that's Amalek. And that doubt only exists because Amalek managed to get the world to believe that the Jews are not important. They didn't really come out of Egypt. Hashem didn't really do miracles for them and split the sea. But Hashem did those things. It was in front of so many people, it's very hard to deny. And so yet, Hashem did it for us. So how do we relate to wiping out Amalek? We have to wipe out the Amalek inside of us. And how do we do that? By strengthening our emunah. By knowing that there is Hashem. There is nothing to talk about. There's Hashem. He did for us 10 miracles in Egypt. He took us out of Egypt. He split the sea for us. And he gave us the Torah at Har Sinai. Look, we still have it. Look around. Everything we have the Torah from Har Sinai. And Hashem gave that to us. And that's the biggest proof that there's Hashem. And if you don't believe me, ask your father. Ask your grandfather. Did you have a Pesach Seder in Slovakia?
I have to be honest. No.
Did your grandfather have a Pesach Seder in Slovakia?
I believe yes. For sure, yes.
Of course he did.
Of course.
And did your great-grandfather have a Pesach Seder in Slovakia?
Yes.
In Bratislava?
In Czechoslovakia.
Back then it was Czechoslovakia.
Hungary.
In Austria, in Hungary. And my grandfather lived in Poland and was in Auschwitz and had the numbers to prove it. And my grandmother. And they did a Pesach Seder, and they told me that Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim. And grandfathers don't lie to their grandsons. Does your grandfather lie to you?
Never ever.
Does your grandfather lie to you? My grandfather doesn't lie to me, and his grandfather. And they were all sitting at a Pesach Seder, and every one of them said, we went out of Egypt. Now, where's the grandfather that said, it was all fake? There's no Moshe Rabbeinu, it didn't happen. There was no 10 Makos. There was no splitting of the sea. There's no such grandfather. We know that this is true. This is pashut in our hearts. But we have to always remind ourselves, because the Yetzer Hara is like Amalek. He creeps in, he makes doubt, and we have to make sure to get rid of that doubt. And that's the way we do it, is by strengthening our emunah in Hashem and our bitachon.
Thank you for the beautiful words. Rav, always, I guess, in Russia of the Viga, I'm asking a special question. What is the connection of my guest to Czechoslovakia? Do you have some connection?
Yes, I do. Besides the fact that my grandfather lived in Poland and traveled and was in Czechoslovakia and in Czechia. But just now, my daughter, who's an optometrist, my daughter Rivki, who's an optometrist, she just came back. She's finishing her master's degree. She just finished her master's degree in optometry. And for her internship, she went to Olomouc, which is in, if you know that part of Czechia.
Part of our followers are from there.
From Olomouc. So my daughter was there for 2 months in Olomouc. She spent a Shabbos in Wien. She spent with my friend Stefan Shlomo Hofmeister. She spent a Shabbos in Hungary. She spent a Shabbos in Olomouc, and she had kosher food there, thanks to the small community that was very, very kind. And she was there with another Israeli girl. And she did her internship, and she had a wonderful time. She never experienced Eastern Europe, and I have, and it was really wonderful. But there's so much rich Jewish history in Czechia and in Slovakia and Bratislava and all over Europe. Unfortunately, there's not much left, but we can rebuild. Well, whoever's left should probably come to Israel. I don't know how much time in Europe it's going to be Shayach, but yes, it's a good idea.
To by som sa vás ešte opýtal, lebo tento čas je špeciálny a blížime sa fantastickému sviatku. ktorý ja a moje deti milujeme asi najviac zo všetkých sviatkov, ktoré máme, Purim. Can you some say some thought to this event? To this, I said that it's a great.
I know.
It's the greatest.
Chazal say, Eino dome shmiya l're'iyah. You can't compare. I'll tell you about Purim, but better I should show you.
Šťastný Purim!
Happy Purim! I am Willy Wonka from Transylvania.
So that you are from all over.
I move around a lot.
Janko Hraško. So Podra, this is our best time.
This is a very very happy time for him, and for everybody, as we can see. And it's a time that we dress up. It's a time that we have simcha in our hearts. Chazal say Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippur. Yom Kippurim. It's a day like Purim. In other words, Purim's greater. And Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is great, but Purim is even greater. That's the way. That's not Chazal, but that's what they say in the world. So we have. It's a very very happy time for everybody. Purim. It's a time that we have a lot of mitzvahs. We have a mitzvah to read the Megillah in the nighttime and in the daytime. We have a mitzvah to give mishloach manot. We mentioned before, we have a mitzvah to give 2 gifts to 2 different people that we have in our lives. And we brought down, one should give to somebody that they're not happy with. They learn that from a puzzle. Mishloach manos la'im nachama. We send out mishloach manos to somebody who doesn't get along with us, and that'll help them to get along. And we have a mitzvah matanos levyonim. We have a mitzvah of matanos levyonim to give gifts to the poor. And this is even a bigger mitzvah than the Seudah. Everybody's excited about the Seudah. And the last mitzvah we have on Purim is the mitzvah of Seudas Purim. We have a mitzvah to eat a Seudah. And on that mitzvah, there's a mitzvah that every man loves. Most women don't like it very much, but many men like this mitzvah. There's a mitzvah chayiv inishli besume bepura. A person has a mitzvah to get drunk on Purim. Adelo yada ben Arer Haman leBaruch Mordechai. He doesn't know the difference between Arer Haman and Baruch Mordechai. How could there be such a mitzvah? How could there be such a thing? To get drunk till you don't know the difference between Arer Haman, Baruch Mordechai. How could it be? Usually Jews, they believe in using their brains. Jews have big brains. They use them for keeping the Torah. Why do you get rid of your brain? Why do you do that? And the answer is that there's a place on Purim where we serve Hashem with such love, with such trust, that we don't need our brains to serve Hashem. It's a time, and you shouldn't do this during the year, but it's a time to drink and enjoy and be so close to Hashem. And I've been at places where certain non-Jews get drunk, and they don't always talk Divrei Torah when they're drunk. But I've been at places with Jews, and I've been at a Purim Seudah, and you hear people saying Divrei Torah and talking about Hashem and how much they want to get closer to Hashem, and till they pass out. That's all they're talking about, and it's a beautiful thing, really. So a person has to be careful, has to know if this mitzvah is for them, not for them. But it's a mitzvah in the Midrabanan, it's a mitzvah of Purim to have a Seudah and to drink alcohol, to drink wine until a person is drunk. So in that idea, Avram Zev, I'm going to offer you a l'chaim. Salut, shtopi choch pushit.
Let bless our brothers and sisters with l'chaim. Thank you very much for beautiful words. And let's bless. Because the blessing is...
This is for all of Czechoslovakia. I don't know if they're going to finish it all, though. I don't know if they can finish all that. Yes, my pleasure. I'm so happy to be able to share with our brothers in Czechoslovakia, our brothers and sisters. And I hope to see them soon in Yerushalayim. Imheira v'yameinu, amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh bidvaro.
Amen.
Okay, now we're going to give a l'chaim to the kids.
Me?
Yes. Watch this. Okay, we're going to give a l'chaim to the kids, but we need a bigger cup for them.
Not for me.
Okay, you ready? Okay, hold this up. Momo, hold this up. Say l'chaim. Okay, now watch this. Oh, you fell asleep. They're passed out. משנכנס אדר מרבים בשמחה משנכנס אדר
This is a broadcast from Machne Yehuda, Jerusalem, for all of our holy brothers and friends from Czechoslovakia. Shabbos Tetzaveh, just before Purim, holy brothers and friends, listen to this.